A very good morning to you all once again. I welcome you all for this session on the personal effectiveness. We have with us the eminent speaker for this session, Srimati Chandrika Raghu ma'am. On behalf of Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering, Mysore, I extend my hearty welcome to you, ma'am. Now I request Chandrika ma'am to take over the session. Over to you, ma'am.
Once again, a hearty welcome to all you budding engineers. Many congratulations to you on joining this prestigious institution. My congratulations to the team which has organized this induction program with your principal leading the team. They have speakers from various fields, all experts in their fields, thus ensuring that by the time you people become full-fledged engineers, you would not only have learned your academic subjects, but you would have also learned other skills which are very, very essential for you to become successful in all other endeavors that you take up, right? And the learning is not linear. Learning is all round for you. And by the time you become engineers, you'll be like a bright, radiant sunflower spreading in all directions, radiating all your knowledge in whatever you do. And yes, I was talking about becoming successful, becoming personally effective. That is the topic that's been given to me today. Well, before we move on, I want you to understand the meaning of personal effectiveness and how can we achieve personal effectiveness. So to elaborate on this, let me tell you a story. We'll start with a story. I love sharing stories with youngsters, with bright young minds especially. Well, there was a camel. I'm sure all of you know what a camel is. This camel lived with her little one, with her little calf, and the mother and the child, like all mother and children, were very, very close. And like all young ones, this calf was so very curious. She had lots of questions for her mother all the time. Sometimes when the calf would start asking questions, the mother would be like, oh my God, I hope I'll be able to answer this question. Right? This was how curious this calf was. Well, one fine day, the calf was in her usual curious mood. She tells the mother, hey mom, I have a question for you. And the mother goes, oh my God, here it comes. Let me see if I'll be able to answer this. And what's your question? And then the calf says, Mom, look at all the animals around us. Look at the dogs, the cats, the monkeys, the cows. They're all so short and small. Why are we camels so very tall? Now, this is an easy one, thinks the mother. Well, let me answer that. Oh, so that is your question. Well, look, my child, we camels are rulers of the desert. We travel long distances on the desert. And when we travel long distances, we have to be able to look long distances, see what is there in front of us for long distances, huge stretches of the desert. And that is why we are so strong, we are so tall, the mother says. Right. Yes, the calf is quite convinced and happy, and she accepts the answer. Then she's quiet for a while, and she says, Mom, another question. Just look at our feet. Why do we have such wide, flat feet? I don't like my feet. Why are they so wide, so flat? I mean, if you have seen the feet of a camel, you will realize. Again, the mother says, remember, I told you, we are the rulers of the desert. We travel long distances on the desert. And we don't want our feet to sink into the desert sand. That is why, to help us balance when we walk on the sand, to help us get a strong foothold when we walk on the sand, our feet are so wide and flat, unlike the other animals. Okay, again, the calf is convinced. And after some time, she says, look at my eyelashes. They are so thick, they are so long, they almost reach my nose. Why do we have such thick, long eyelashes? I'm sure, youngsters, by now you know the answer. Yes, again, remember, we travel long distances in the desert. So when there are sandstorms, we don't want sand particles to enter our eyes and harm our eyes. Our eyelashes work as wipers and then keep all the dust particles away. That is why we have such long eyelashes and thick eyelashes. Okay, fine, good. What is this ugly thing, Mom, on my back? Sometimes my friends call me hunchback. What is this ugly thing? It looks like a hump on my back. I don't like it one bit. It doesn't look good on me, the calf says. And again, the mother reminds the calf, this is our built in water tank. Humans have to carry their water bottles when they travel. But for us, we have water on our back, we have water tanks on our back. And when we travel, we can draw from our water tank, and whenever we are thirsty, we can quench our thirst. So the mother is very, very proud about being a camel, about having all these attributes as a camel. All right, fine. Now the calf is quiet for some time, very quiet. Mother is expecting another question, but no more questions. The calf is very quiet. After some time, quite some time, the calf says, Mom, one last question. We have all these attributes. Tell me, Mom, what is it that you and I are doing here in the zoo? Okay, now why did I share this story with you when I'm doing a session on personal effectiveness? Why did I share? Do you realize that even we, many times, have caged ourselves, chained ourselves, shackled ourselves in our own beliefs that I will not be able to do this, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that. But we have all these strengths. Okay? So, what is personal effectiveness? Making optimal use of our strengths is personal effectiveness. Optimal use of our strengths. We all have different strengths. You could be a good sportsman, you could be a good cricketer, one could be maybe a singer, one might have excellent communication skills, one might be very good at coding, right? One might be very, very talented in math, whatever skills, singer, dancer, whatever. But do we really use these strengths that we have? Do we? Or have we caged ourselves, chained all our strengths like the camels in the zoo? Think about it, mull over it, and then you will realize, yes, this is my strength, this is my passion, I have to use it more. Maximize your strengths, work on your strengths, and then you become personally very, very effective. All of us want success, don't we? All of us want to achieve something, isn't it? Yes. How would you define success? We are moving on from the camel story. How would we define success? I really, really wish this was a classroom session because I could have listened to all the answers that you have. I know you have these wonderful answers, all our bright young minds. Yes, but when I ask this question, when I add something to this question and say, do you think you're successful? Do you think you're successful? The answer that I invariably get is not yet, but very soon we will be. Not yet successful, man. We're working towards it, man. This is what my youngsters whom I train tell me. Then You see some people whom you admire and you think that they are very, very successful. Successful business leaders, maybe successful uh, sportsmen, successful political leaders from any field. And then you wish, oh my God, he's so successful. It could be, achievement in their field. It could be with regard to the money that they have earned, to the fame, the name, and all that. But you feel that they're very successful. However, if you go and ask these people, are you successful, ma'am? Are you successful, sir? What would they say? So far, so good. Yes, I think I'm successful. But there is a lot more to achieve. There is a lot more to achieve. I need to work more. I need to achieve more. There are more records to be set. There's more money to be earned. I have to become famous all over the world. I have to do this, I have to do that. I have to make a difference to mankind. And then I will be successful. Wise people have said that this is a very important line. I'm sure you have heard it. Success is not a destination, it is a journey. Do you agree? And you have traveled some part of that journey, haven't you? Yes? You have experienced success on the way. Have you? Now, at this point, those small successes may seem very insignificant and small, but at that time, they were huge successes. Think about it. The first time you went on stage to give a speech, the first time you acted in a drama, or you did a solo performance, you went and sang a song, you led the school march past, you came first in your class, you scored 100 for your team, you took the most number of wickets for your school team, right? Your painting won you the first prize, you got some award, you were declared the best student, whatever. Yes, those were huge successes. What happened to you at that point? Aren't you successful? People clapped for you, they cheered you, your parents praised you, complimented you, parents distributed sweets to everyone, right? So, aren't these successes? Now, all these successes put together make you a successful person. And going forward, there are more successes, there are more points of successes, more milestones that you will reach, that you will achieve. So, are you successful? Tell me, are you successful? Whenever you feel, okay, oh, I didn't do this well, I could have done better, uh, something doesn't go right, something doesn't go as you had expected it to, what do you do? What do you have to do? Ideally, you just have to close your eyes for a few seconds, for a few moments, and then relive those successful moments. Relive those successful moments. Like in all your five senses, see your friends clapping for you, see your parents appreciating you, see your teachers patting you on your back. Whatever, I mean, if it is in some other area, whatever happened, in your mind's eye, you have to relive all this as if it's just happening now. Okay? And then you know what happens? There's a smile on your face as you relive that experience. In all the five senses, you feel it like as if it's happening. You hear the applause, you hear the claps, you hear the appreciation, you hear your name being called out. Okay? You actually taste success. People say, I've tasted success. So, we associate it with the sense of taste also. So, you revisit your successful moments. Each time it could be a different successful moment. And then you relive those successful moments. What happens to you? You start smiling and you're relaxed. When you are relaxed, good chemicals are released into the bloodstream, into the brain, in your body. And when good chemicals are released, what do? You start believing in yourself. Remember, yesterday you had a lecture on believing in yourself, how important it is. You will start practicing and believing in yourself more. Self leadership sets in. So, what do you have to do? Just relive those successful moments. I'll give you a minute. Just close your eyes. Not a minute, a few seconds. Close your eyes and think of your successful moment. Any one successful moment. Right? Just a few seconds. In the meanwhile, I'll take a sip of water. Yes, there are so many successful moments. Which one should I think of? Isn't it? Which one? When you helped someone, when you helped a friend with solving a problem, mathematical problem, problem in life, problem with another friend. Okay? All these are successful moments. You know, during the Second World War, you know that a Second World War happened, right? Yes, you would have studied that in high school. During the Second World War, I'm just keeping an eye on the time. Uh, many lakhs of prisoners were put in concentration camps. Have you heard of concentration camps? They were like torture chambers, torture cells they were called. Any prisoners. And they would be there for months if they did not die before being released. They would be there for years sometimes. But very often, people could not bear. They would be put through a lot of physical torture, mental torture, emotional torture. So seeing all your friends, all your family members, being killed in front of you, isn't that torture enough? Right. So you see people facing the firing squad, being shot at, or some other cruel means of killing. They would not be given food. People, no hygienic conditions, no water to drink, not enough food. They're all like emaciated and weak, and the sickness, hunger, everything. In that concentration camp, in one of the concentration camps, was one doctor, a psychologist doctor by name Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl. He was in the torture chamber, torture cell, or the concentration camp for 3 years. He survived the concentration camp. But in those 3 years, he had seen hell. He had gone through hell. When he was put behind bars, I wouldn't call it being arrested because it was not for any crime that they did. All his family members were with him in the concentration camp. But one by one, everyone died. People who could not bear the mental torture would just die of depression. Okay? There was no medical help. But Dr. Victor survived. He survived the 3 years. He had a dream. He had a big goal. Right? Remember, he was a psychologist. He had a strong willpower. He wanted to come out and write a book. That was his dream. He wanted to write about what he saw in these concentration camps, what he experienced in these camps. That was his dream. He wanted to tell the outside world what went on there. And it was a strong dream. A very lofty goal. He was committed to that goal, totally committed to that goal. And he told himself, no matter what, I will survive this. I will not give in to any kind of depression, any kind of mental torture, any kind of physical torture. Right? And he did. The name of his book is Man's Search for Meaning. Man's Search for Meaning. After he escaped, he was not released, he escaped. I'll tell you how he escaped. He wrote this book, Man's Search for Meaning. Millions of copies were printed and sold. And this book has been translated into many, many languages too. So in this book, he writes about all his experiences. He writes about one of the co-prisoners who comes and shares with him about a dream that he had. He says, this was in the month of February. So this co-prisoner comes and shares with Victor, I had a dream last night, and in my dream, I heard a voice loud and clear. This voice was loud and clear, and this voice told me, you will be released on the 30th of March. And I am very sure that I will be released on the 30th of March. Okay, so this was end of February. The entire month of March, he was happy. He was counting the number of days. He was ticking off the number of days on the wall of his cell. He was really, really hopeful that he would be released on the 30th of March. However, on the 29th of March, he did not see any indication of being released at all. There was no indication of his being released. It was hopeless. So he started losing hope. Then what happened? On the 30th of March, he just died in his cell. So Victor in his book writes about that. He says, he died because he lost hope. Hope is what keeps us going, keeps us ticking, keeps us alive. Never ever lose hope, especially in this situation where the whole world, especially more so our country, I don't want to talk about it, is going through all these difficult times. We must keep hope, our hopes alive, and keep fear away. Okay? Now, just give me a minute. I'll drink some more water. So, again, in this book, he says that it's important that you have a long-term goal. Important that you have a dream. He says the reason how I survived is I had a dream which was bigger than myself. My dream was bigger than myself. Okay, that's why I survived. He tells all of us to have a goal and stay committed to that goal. For you youngsters, at this point, it is very, very important to have goals. Fix your goals. See yourself 5 years from now. Where do I see myself? Have short-term goals and long-term goals as well. Be stubborn on your goals, on achieving your goals, but be flexible with the methods. Okay? Have challenging goals. Think about it. What is it that excites you? What is it that really juices you up? When you think of something, what is it that you really want to do, want to be, want to have? It could be career goals. It could be educational goals. It could be relationship goals, monetary goals. Okay? Any goal. Something that you want to do for your loved ones. It could be your parents, your grandparents, siblings, anyone. But stay committed to that goal. Right? And how do we achieve these goals? How do we achieve these goals? Again, relive your success stories. Relive your success stories when you think of your goals. And dream, create new possibilities for the future. Create possibilities for your future. Don't limit yourself from your past experiences. In the past, I did this and I wasn't very happy with the outcome. Don't limit yourself. What is the lesson that I learned from that past experience? What did I learn? What is it that I should be doing differently now? Okay, the way I studied maybe was not the right way. How should I study now? How should I go about it differently? What was my learning? How do I apply that learning to achieve my goal? Right? And another thing that you could also include is having a role model. Having a role model. You could have one or more role models. One uh, for anything related to your studies or education, one for your higher aspirations, ambitions in life. It could be Steve Jobs, it could be someone like Mother Teresa, it could be someone like Abdul Kalam, our late president, the missile man of India, or anyone. You know, we don't have a dearth for role models. It could be your parents, it could be your brother, it could be your neighbor, it could be your professor, your principal, or anyone. Have role models. And then write down all their strengths. Why is this person my role model? Why do I admire this person so much? Why do I admire this person so much? What is it about him or her that I like? What is it that I want to emulate? What is it that I want to follow when I think of this person? Oh, he speaks so well, I want to become a speaker like him. He's so good in technology. I'm good in technology too. I want to follow that dream. I want to come up with something new. I want to create a new app. I want to develop something different, something new. I want to do something for the environment. So I was told that we have students from all the streams here. Well, that's why I'm trying to bring in everything. Yes, ask yourself, what is it that I want to follow? I like him. Then, when you question yourself, you will realize that it is not what he has achieved, it is not the wealth, the money, the name, or the fame, but that person's attitude. What is it that Sachin Tendulkar has that I like very much about him? It is his attitude. What's it about Mahendra Singh Dhoni? It's his attitude that I like very much. What was it about Mother Teresa? What is it about Steve Jobs, as I said? What is it about Musk, Elon Musk? Ask yourself, what is it about my professor, my grandfather, my uncle? Hard work, smart work, it could be anything. You will write it down. And then areas for me to work on, to develop, write it down and study it every day. Go through it every day. You will achieve your goals. Undoubtedly, you will achieve your goals. Okay? You will realize that what you admire in your role model is that person's attitude to life. Attitude, humility, modesty, not losing temper, smart work, hard work, grabbing opportunities, working on speaking skills, working on their strengths. They work on strengthening their strengths. Write down all your positive traits, and then you will be a revelation to yourself. You will surprise yourself with the kind of strengths that you have. Okay. Another thing that I want to tell you, I think yes, we do have some more time. Yeah. So speaking about goals again, I just there's a small verse, which I like very much. A verse means VERSE. A small poem. It goes like this: There's no fun in simply sailing. There's no fun in simply sailing when the skies are clear and blue. There's no thrill in doing things that everyone else can do. Yes, everyone else can do it. There's no thrill in doing things that everyone else can do. But there is a satisfaction that is mighty sweet to take, a sweet satisfaction when you reach a destination you thought you would never make. My goal, my destination is tough to reach. It's a long way. I have a long way to go. I have to work against a lot of odds. I don't have support from these people. I don't have the financial support. I don't have support um, from my immediate, people. But I'm going to convince them. I'm going to achieve this against all odds. It's again about how passionate you are about achieving your goals. Dream and stay committed to bold future possibilities. Stay committed to bold future possibilities and learn from your past experiences. Okay? Relive your successes, most important. Because every time there's some kind of a setback or a slight disappointment, what you need to do is you need to recharge yourself. Like you go and recharge your cell phone when the battery is, going down. You need to recharge yourself. What is better than your own successes, your own life stories to recharge yourself? Think about your role model. How this person have responded in this way at this point, right? And it really, really will help you achieve your goals. And the other thing that, again, going back to Dr. Viktor Frankl, what he says in his book is that everything that you have can be snatched away from you. Your health, your wealth, your friends, your family, your name. I mean, name as in the fame that you have earned, everything. But your power to decide, to make decisions, your power to choose can never ever be taken away from you. It is your choice ultimately. Whatever you want, it is your choice. No one can decide for you. No one can decide for you. See, as youngsters, I want to tell you this: when you come out, probably you've been with your um, with your parents all along, and now you're stepping out of your home, coming to college. The exposure is totally different. It's a whole new environment from school to college. Some of you would have studied plus two also in school, so uh, it's very, very different when you come to college. And there's a lot of scope for you to be carried away, to be influenced by a lot of unwanted stimuli, unwanted factors. I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say, because you are exposed to a whole new world. I mean, there are a lot of positive stimuli also there in the environment, but you know, human nature is, we are so curious. We want to know what this is, and we want to try out. But remember, when you make a choice, when a stimuli comes to you, you have the time, even if it's a brief moment, you have that time to make a choice to respond to that stimuli. Okay, it could be anything. It could be something like smoking. It could be anything. um, it could be going late, it could be bunking class, anything. External stimuli, you have a choice. You make your choice. And when you make your choice, you have to remember that whatever happens, whatever is the outcome of the choice that I have made, whatever is the outcome of the choice that I have made at this point, I am going to bear the responsibility for that outcome. Okay? I will not blame my friends. My friends did this to me. I did not have good company. I was in bad company. So you're not taking responsibility for your choice. You're blaming it on someone else. Okay? My parents did not guide me. The teacher did not complete the syllabus. So what are you doing? Are you taking responsibility? No. You're passing the buck. You're putting the blame on someone else. Sometimes when we go to a restaurant also, um, you ask your friends, you ask your parents to place the order. Even for you don't say what you want. Even that you want someone else to decide for you. Okay? And when you have to go for a function, a party, or someplace, this is more for the girls. Again, you ask your friends or your mother or your sister, what shall I wear? Right? You make your choice. And whatever is the outcome, you bear responsibility. Now, if you look at the word responsibility, there are two words, response and ability. Your ability to respond to any situation, your ability to respond to any situation is responsibility. That's what we mean when we say, I take responsibility for this. I'm going to do this today and I'm going to take responsibility for the outcome. I'm going to get myself vaccinated. Yeah, I've got it already. And whatever happens, I'm going to be responsible. Right? I have to take responsibility. We have very, very negative stimuli right now. So I will wear my mask. I will wash my hands. It is my responsibility. You get that? If you keep leaning on someone else, complaining, blaming, there are some people who are always complaining, always complaining. Oh, this weather in Mysore, right? Can we do anything about it? Can you do anything about the weather? No, then why worry about it? Just go along with it. If you can improve the environment and improve the weather conditions, then do it. Otherwise, don't. If you can't do it, don't waste your energy. This is again another principle, another mantra for being personally very, very effective. What is that? What was he saying? Yes, uh, becoming proactive and not reactive. What is reactive here? Reactive means complaining all the time, whining. This is not right. Oh, the power situation here is not good. The food in the canteen is not good. This teacher doesn't complete the syllabus. This thing is, I don't understand it. This is not good. All the time complaining about everything over which we don't have any control. Okay? Yes, it is a concern, but what can I do about it? What can I do about it? Let me do something. That is being proactive. Become proactive, then you become personally effective. Yes, being proactive means taking the initiative. This word proactive is very, very frequently used. Proactive means I take on self leadership. I will not wait for someone else to do something. I'll take the initiative. I will not wait for for someone to come and get this road cleaned. I'm going to call up the corporator, ask that person to send the truck or send someone to get this garbage removed. So somebody is sick, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to call up the ambulance and send this person to the hospital. Being proactive in any situation, whether in class or whatever you do, you have to become proactive. The opposite of proactive, as I said, is reactive. So what are you people going to become? Proactive. So what are the factors that make you personally effective? What are the principles? What are the factors? First of all, let us quickly recapitulate on what we did, because as I see, it's almost 11:40, I think. We have 5 more minutes. Yes, it's 11:40. Um, we will use our strengths to the maximum, optimize our strengths, for which we need to know what our strengths are. So we will write down all our strengths. How do you realize that? Ask your friends, ask your parents, or go into yourself and ask yourself, what do I do very well? What did I get this compliment for? What are my assets? We call these assets, not your movable and immovable assets, but then your assets. My experience, which has given me this asset, experience in the past. So, what did I do very well when I was in school? How did I help this situation? How did I help my parents in this situation? Understand all that and make a list. So I participated in speaking contests. I participated in debates. I participated in tournaments, in painting competitions, in singing competitions, whatever. All these, it's not important that you win a prize, but then you participated. So I don't have any kind of stage fear. That is your strength. Once you write down all your strengths, you also write down what is important to me. What are my values? What values are things that you will follow, principles that you will follow. No matter what, I will not deviate from these values. No matter what. Like values could be I value punctuality. I value respect, respect for elders, respect for teachers, um, respect for any form of life, all forms of life, right? I value the environment. I value honesty. It could be anything, right? So, write down all your values. And then these are your strengths. You will understand what your strengths are. How do I want my the people around me, people who matter to me, significant people in my life, to see me? How do they see me? They see me as a smart guy, as a smart young lady who's hardworking, who's really, really committed to his or her goal. How do I want people to see me? Someone who's very dependable, someone who's very committed, involved, a contributing member to the team. Yes, write it down, write it down. So when you write down all this, you know your strengths, you know this will lead to your success. And read about all that. And every time you read, you feel good. Well, this is me, this is me. These are my strengths. You feel good about yourself. Okay? Then become responsible for the choices that you make. Take responsibility for the outcomes of all the choices. Make your choices. Don't wait for others to make choices for you. You're adults, make your choices. Okay? Then what was next? Set big, big goals. Have big dreams. Stay committed. And have role models. Learn from your past experience. Yes. Before I wind up, I would like to say you guys are amazing. You are simply amazing. Keep learning, keep growing. Stay at home, stay safe, wear your mask. I thank all of you for your time, and I thank the uh, the team, the faculty, the everyone at Vidyavardhaka Institution for this opportunity to share my thoughts with the bright young minds. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was indeed a very beautiful session and a understandable session and a meaningful session. Dear students, if you have any questions, you can just put it in the chat box. We will take the questions, whatever you have posted. Dear students, you can just put your questions in the chat box.
Did you enjoy the session? The bright young minds? Budding engineers? I think they're all heading for the tea break. Okay, sir. Thank you very much. It's 45. Yes. Once again, thank you for this opportunity. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I hope it
Ma'am,
may.
they're actually putting the answers in the chat box. They really enjoyed the session. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They are all putting.
Okay, I don't see that. I do have this. Okay, it's not visible to me, is it?
They are saying it was amazing. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Is it the
Ma'am,
girls or
there
the
is one
boys?
question.
Hmm.
Boys are actually responding, and there is one
Okay.
question, ma'am.
Yes.
The one word difference between career as well as the job passion. That's asking one question. One word difference between career, job passion.
Job passion. Career is when you take up a job, it is for your livelihood, right? Then it is for the financial returns. But when we speak about career, it can be your learning, your education. It is your entire life. There is no retiring from a career. That is my understanding. Okay, is it clear? It's my career. I don't consider this my job, right? I'm passionate about doing this, and yeah, is it clear? Whoever asked it, nice question. Thank you. Yes. So these are all
Thank you,
uh,
ma'am.
new students.
Ma'am, they are all second semester students now.
Oh,
They are all in
right.
second semester actually.
So the first semester was spent at home, I think, virtual
Yes,
learning.
no, ma'am. We had offline classes also.
Oh,
We
okay.
were about to conduct the offline exams, but the
Oh,
situation got worsened, and we are about to start the online classes and also complete the examination process actually.
good. Youngsters should not lose any time. It's very
Yes, ma'am.
important for them. Yes. At the same time, they have to be careful. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr.
Thank you so
Siddharth
much, ma'am.
Bharadwaj.
Thanks a lot
Yes.
for joining us this session. On behalf of Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering family, I extend my heartfelt thanks to you, ma'am, for joining this live session on personal effectiveness.
Thank you very much. Yeah, convey my gratitude to Mr. Pushkin and also to your principal. Yes.
Definitely,
I'm going
ma'am.
to
Definitely.
I'm going to mute my mic.
Yes, ma'am.
Good
Dear
day to
students,
all.
kindly give your valuable feedback and don't forget to give your feedback now. And it is going to be shared to you all with your respective mentors. Stay tuned for the next session. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.